Hey everyone, welcome back to the Horror Show 10th anniversary week, and today is Horror How-To Day. That's right, every now and again we try and do a how-to episode here on the channel, whether it be a morbid makeover, a gory how-to, or something along these lines, where I'm going to challenge a member of the channel that I know is very crafty and very good at putting things together, because this right here is a piece of Arm Sushi from Dr. Sarah Silby from Dylan's New Nightmare. If you've seen it, you know, but here's what I'm talking about. So as you can see, this is a pretty cool little bit from the film, and I want to immortalize this in the background on the channel and, you know, be able to take it around to conventions and stuff like that to show people. And so there's one person that I can think of as a challenge to make this into a Arm Sushi shadow box of sorts. So let me see. Robert!
Yes?
Dude, can you make this into a shadow box of some kind? Maybe like a trophy case sort of vibe?
I could do that.
Awesome. All right. Let's do it.
I'm Wolfman, and today we are doing a how-to resin video. So basically what I'm going to do is take one of our gore effects from Dylan's New Nightmare. So this was created by Nora Hewitt, and this was shown in the Dr. Silby death scene. So basically what we're going to do is create a resin trophy for Cecil. The tools today that we're going to use, we have our 2-part resin, an A and B. This is a 50-50 mix, super easy to work with. We have our blowtorch to pop any bubbles that rise up to the surface. Always want to try and get as much bubbles out as possible. Obviously, if you have a vacuum chamber, that's fantastic. You can pull everything out. Sadly, today we're not working with that, so we are pulling out and doing as much as what we can. We have our sandpaper. We're going to start off at 220, go to 400, 1200, and up to 2000 grit. Rubbing alcohol for cleaning. Stir sticks. We have our mixing cups, along with some measuring cups, more stir sticks, a brush to apply the resin to the wooden base. We want to do a base coat, at least to seal up the wood, so that way we don't have any air bubbles coming into the resin, things like that. Just causes issues and blemishes, crap like that. Gloves, helps to keep the oils off the resin, fingerprints, things like that. Also just keep your hands clean. Polishing compound along with the polisher, and then paper towels. Also too, our plexiglass. So this is actually a 1/4 inch. Got this so that way with the glue gun doesn't warp the sides, because if you get any thinner than like an 1/8, yeah, it's gonna start warping and you're gonna have a lot of problems, especially with the liquid mass pushing on the outside. It'd be a whole hell of a cleanup. You don't want that. Resin is a mess. If you've used it before, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So yeah, basically what we're gonna be doing with these is building up the sidewalls in order to create our box for our trophy case. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, share this video, it is greatly appreciated. Enough dilly-dallying, let's get back to the video.
Okay, so here basically all I'm doing is just creating that base, getting that 45-degree angle cut out. That's going to be where we lay up the side end. And obviously right here, laying on the stain, a couple layers at a time, paint it on, wipe it off, paint it on, wipe it off. And there we have it for the beginning part of the base. For this right here, basically what I'm going to be doing is doing a light coat over the wood with the resin. That's just to seal up the pores to help prevent air pockets from forming up on the bottom. Again, just working it around, make sure it's nice and evenly coated. Pop any of those air bubbles that come up to the surface. And here thus begins building up the sidewall. So get everything wiped down with rubbing alcohol so we have a clean surface, no oils, shit. Remember to take off all that sticky backing. And especially with building up these sidewalls, don't be afraid to use a lot of glue, because you do not want to get any leaks. Resin loves to find those tiny little holes, and once it does, it's going to get everywhere and you're going to have a mess, like I've said before. So get all of those seams very well glued up. Do a few layers on them if you need to, like I had. And for those of you guys saying it's like, oh, why didn't you use bigger cups when doing the pours? For this resin, I haven't used this particular kind before. They were out of the other stuff that I usually buy, so I didn't want to do too heavy of a pour. If you get too thick, then during the curing time with the reaction, the resin gets very, very hot, and you can get cracks, different warpings, things like that. So certain layers at a time, certain thickness. I found at least, I would say a good like 1/4 inch, maybe 1/2 inch was about the maximum, and then it would start getting pretty warm. Here, just kind of getting all those side bubbles popped with the torch. I got that flame on really low, just keeping that warmth on there, just getting all those surface bubbles popped. And with this, I'm just pre-coating the sushi bit, so that way it has a better of a bonding surface and also helps with the resin for pushing bubbles away, things like that. And then, yeah, as you guys can see here, now we've relayed the sushi bit, just getting that center, that other layer poured up on. So after that, obviously that layer cured, we're starting on the last couple layers, filling that all in. And now we are ready for demolding. Definitely give myself props, like I had 0 leaks on this thing and it was a lot of cutting and getting all that fuck glue off. There was a lot of glue on this thing. But yeah, basically all you want to do is just slow, small cuts, get everything cut apart. Take off each wall one by one. Obviously you can see there's a lot of cleanup, as is tradition. So here I'm starting on an 80 grit, just to get all the bulk, to get everything squared. Remember, always, if you have a mask, always at least wear that. I had my bandana and my mask at the house. That was definitely one thing I forgot. But the garage door is open, so there is ventilation. But yeah, you do not want to be breathing in this resin dust and shit. It is terrible for your lungs. So I'm switching out to 100 grit on here. Again, you just want to build up your grits. So we're going to go from a 80 grit to 100 to 220, 400, 1200, and then 2000 grit. Here's now where we're getting into the 220. This is all going to be hand sanding from here. Oh, the joys of hand sanding. Here now we're switching up to the 400 grit. Again, a lot of sanding.
Do you know what the most frightening thing in the world is? It's fear.
Whatever you do, don't fall asleep.
Do you know what the most frightening thing in the world is? It's fear.
I'm scared to close my eyes. I'm scared to open them.
I'm in the goddamn club, aren't I? You hang up on me again, I'll cut you like a fish.
Don't you blame the movies? Movies don't create psychos. Movies make psychos more creative.
There's nothing to worry about. You're gonna be just fine. I'm my #1 fan.
Do you know what the most frightening thing in the world is? It's fear.
Whatever you do, don't fall asleep.
Okay, so here we have the 1200 grit. And now it's just for fine sanding, getting rid of all those scratches, things like that, smoothing everything out before the polishing. Obviously, we're going to go into the 2000 grit before that.
It's fear. You know, it's Halloween.
But yeah, this is our time for wet sanding.
I am Dracula.
That's it, man. Game over, man. Game over. What the fuck are we gonna do now? What are we gonna do? Shop smart, shop S smart. Go ahead and run. Run home and cry to mama. Me? I'm through running.
Wolfman's gone mad. They must be coming on mercy.
I ate his liver with some fava beans.
Now finally we're hitting the 2000 grit. Soon we'll be on the polishing stage. So this is the first part of the buffing stage. Again, I'm going to be going back and forth between 3 different buffing pads. And finally, now this is our placard.
Yeah, come in. What do you got for me?
Got some candy for you.
Oh, bring it, bring it, bring it. Nice. Wow. Dang, okay. That came out slick. The cat got booted. Right on. So here you go, guys. The Dr. It's going to be tough with these reflections, but the Dr. Sarah Silby. Okay, come on, Cecil, you can do this. There we go. The Dr. Sarah Silby Arm Sushi.
We'll have pictures on our socials.
Yeah, we'll have pictures on the socials, but it's basically like a giant trophy, except with clear resin with the Arm Sushi inside, as you can see. Looking pretty good, man. So overall, how long did this take you?
Full total time?
Yeah.
And we'll just say in days wise, probably at least off and on a good solid week and a half, 2 weeks.
Okay. Probably all total combined hours wise, maybe like 24 to 36, something like that.
Probably maybe pushing on a 40, depending.
Okay.
Yeah, like just because, like, especially when we're getting into the hand sanding.
Yeah.
The sanding takes so much time, and then just in between the cure times, things like that. Yeah. Work, life to get it back in between. So yeah.
Look how good that came out, though. It's so cool. It looks so good. This was an idea that I had, and I was like, I wonder if Robert could pull it off. And then it just so happened that we needed a how-to video, and it all lined up, and man, did you deliver. We obviously had this engraved elsewhere professionally, and then we picked it up today. So, but man, it fits really, just perfectly, really, honestly. Yeah, so there you go, guys. How hard was this on a scale of 1 to 10 for you?
I would give it at least be like a 7.
Okay.
Like just like there, because again, it depends on what tools you have, like what you're working with makes it a lot easier and things like that. So especially without having a vacuum chamber and doing it old school with warming things up and doing the blowtorch, it took a little bit longer, but no,
Without a vacuum chamber, no less.
yeah.
So, Dr. Sarah Silby, Arm Sushi by Nora Hewitt for Dylan's New Nightmare. Yeah, man, I think this came out awesome. So, there you go, guys. That is the longer than usual how-to video, but it's something different, something we've never done on the channel, and it's something that I wanted to have for the background anyway. So, look out for this in the future episodes. I just realized I'm probably getting fingerprints all over the
I'm gonna have to rebuff it back up. But no, also too, there are a couple other things around here in the horror show studio that I'm gonna be doing some other filming stuff, more resin projects and everything like that too. Some alien featured kind of stuff.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, so stay tuned for that and whatnot.
That'll be coming down the line.
Yep.
But there you go, guys. Thanks very much for watching. Thank you for enjoying this episode of the 10th anniversary week. Come back tomorrow. We had to we barely got this done on Tuesday at 6 p.m. The day it was supposed to air. So we moved the comedy sketch from Thursday to today, and so this will go up on Thursday. The day you're watching it is obviously Thursday. So tomorrow you can look forward to our review of Influencer, and then the update to the Stephen King tier list on Saturday, followed by the whole crew live stream on Sunday.
Yes.
Lots of good stuff, and we're probably going to squeeze a trailer reaction roundup in there somewhere as well.
Okay.
So there you go, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you to all of our patrons for supporting the channel the way that you do. Thank you to Robert for taking the time and effort to do this, because, man, it's amazing. So until next time, I've been Cecil Laird.
Robert the Wolfman.
And remember, stay scared.